Hello everybody and welcome to episode 9 in my Carthaginian campaign let's play for Imperator Rome's 1.3 Livy update. Now in the last episode we focused internally after we took a little bit of a breather from the wars in the north of Italy against that defensive league, and we were kind of reeling from that and kind of fixing our economy and rebuilding it back up. So we actually doubled our income from about plus 12 to now plus 26 per month, which is pretty good. We kind of sorted out all the scorned families we had now that we've got no scorned families. We increased our stability up to almost 70 at one point. We halved our aggressive expansion, and we still have a lot of tyranny actually. That's kind of always consistently staying around the 20 mark, which in some ways isn't too bad because it actually means we're assimilating pops a little bit faster to our culture. So in some ways it's actually not that bad as long as we can handle the disloyalty that comes with it. So it's a totally fine number to have. Now as well as that we have our new Safet Bommelkal, who came in and he just started immediately getting the job done when it came to the missions. He started completing the tasks for Fruits of Musulamia, bread and circuses, expanding trade in Carthago, the Sanctuary of Thinissit. Now he's embellishing Carthage and renovating the Thinissit Shrine. So obviously this was largely set up by those who came before him, but he's getting the job done one by one, banging out the gold necessary to kind of get these things done. Some of them cost money and things like that. So that's what he's been doing. He's been very successful at it. And I think it actually is really fitting that he's a religious kind of ruler, Safet, and he's renovating shrines and dealing with the sanctuaries of the set. And this is part of the Pearl of Africa where we're really focusing internally. Now, towards the last episode, I noticed that Umbria have formed, or re-emerged rather, in Italy. And I noticed that they don't have any friends or allies or anything. They've got a CB on us and Rome. And before Rome go and take them out when their truce is up in like 3 years, I think we should do that. So what I'm going to do is fabricate a claim, which the Senate are backing. No loyalty gains for doing it, but the Senate are behind us on this one. So let's fabricate a claim. We're going to fabricate on Etruria. Doesn't really matter. And we're going to start shipping everything up there, our armies, to get ready and deal with them. Just because they don't really have any armies themselves, they have no allies right now, so I think it's a perfect time to do it. And just solidify that band of territory across Italy if we can. Just a very small war, hopefully. That doesn't progress into anything larger than that. So in order to do that, we'll have to get our navy and move our armies over, so let's just begin doing that. We're not, you know, the fabrication is not going to complete for quite a while, but worth getting ready anyway. And then in the meantime, we'll just be letting our missions complete. So that's kind of the plan for right now anyway. So this is largely, again, I want to just keep focusing on our economy, focus internal, but this seems like an obvious one to just try and grab if we can. So hopefully we won't need to invest anything major into the military to do this. Alright, let's stick them on the boats, and let's send them. It's kind of dangerous, but yeah, let's send them all the way up here. We've got that little breach of territory here, which is perfect to just land in, get out. Alright, cool. Apart from that, yeah, not much else to do. Let's just move this guy over here. So something I did in between episodes, just while it was paused, was I changed some of the policies in Italy to religion as well. So we're converting religion here. So we have Hostus Blossius, converting everything he can here. Now he should be part of the... See, this is the annoying thing. He is Blossius, while we do have Drusus Blossius here, part of the Blossii family. So I don't know why they're not considered the same family. You know, they came from the same family originally, I think. Yeah, see, you hover over this and it says, the Blossii family has the following members, Drusus Blossius. Oh, maybe he's in it. Oh, God. Is he in it? He is. Okay, good. I don't know if it's a bug or if it's just me, but his last name is Blossius. It says his family name is Blossius here. That's family name. But then hovering over it, it says Blossii. Whereas if we look at his, like, you know, whatever is, let's just say cousin, this one says Blossii. I don't know why it's like that. That's what threw me for a second. But anyway, so another one of our Blossii is down here. He's converting all the pops down here. He's actually a decent governor, level 8. So he's converting them pretty nicely. And religion is really starting to take hold quite nicely. And I just moved a few pops between Birot, which is old Syracuse, to Messena and this one here. Which city is this? Catan. So now it's basically taking hold way quicker. 6% kind of conversion rates here. I expect this to all convert, basically to be all purple within a couple of years at this point, and then culture will start really starting to convert a bit quicker as well, so we can switch the policies to culture So I look forward to that. And now it's starting to take hold already a little bit in Italy, which is nice to see. Alright, let's let time play and continue on anyway. We should start to get some events now about the mission trees and stuff, and our boats are on the way. Now when we get up to 300 gold, we can actually commission our new fleet. But I think I'll only do that as the last thing we do in the mission tree, if possible. So everything's going really well in terms of that. You know, no characters are scorned. I don't understand this. It says 3 out of 4. They should be scorned, but they're not. Maybe because it's a new family or something. I don't know. Bodinid army stands down. Yeah, so I actually never found where this guy's army was. I even hovered over and checked, and it said, like, he didn't have one. So I really don't know. But he was so disloyal, he did apparently raise an army. But he's stood down now, so whatever. I don't quite get that. Alright, so it has been the hope of many that the building of the new capital district in Carthage will allow us... Let me just... Oh, yeah, we seem to get these messages at the same time. Will allow us to be free from old corruption and crime, things that have at times been seen as endemic to our old capital. Great building projects such as ours can themselves bring out those who would seek clandestine opportunities. A growing black market for government contracts have begun to build up under our eyes, and local gangs are extorting workers and store owners alike in the new districts. The Republic is built on pragmatism, which increases corruption for us and reduces the population output. Or we can say we must root out this filth before it's too late. Oh man, that would be nice to do, but 400 gold is just a little bit too much for me. Just can't quite take that hit. Yeah. Gonna have to let the corruption happen. So Bomilkal, you know, I like to think he's a pretty honest guy actually, but he just has to be realistic with the situation, that he doesn't have that money to spare. We've already tightened our strings, if you remember, which has lowered the morale of our armies for a short while, so we can't risk something else happening. So let's just, yep, we're built on pragmatism, unfortunately. Look, that's just the way it's got to be. Influx of artisans. The renovations have attracted the attention of sculptors in faraway lands. Today, a great number of them arrived in Thinisset, seeking gainful employment with the new temple complex. Okay, 2 citizens appear down there. Nice. Trade winds. The fickle seas can bring ruin or prosperity to many locales, and the city of Lockery appears to be reaping the rewards of a particularly good trading season this year. Let us hope this good fortune lasts. Oh, this is nice. It's within the Hostis's... I like this guy. I don't know why, I just like him. Hostis. It's within his governorship. Excellent. We get commerce value in Calabria, or we can say use the extra funds to encourage visitors to stay. Migration attraction and population growth. I'll take the... Yeah, okay, let's do that then. Migration. Good stuff. Alright, the army has arrived. Let's hop them out. These guys are drilling. They get it. They know what's happening. 30% on the way to our claim being fulfilled. We've got 2 forts here. One is going to be finished on April 497. Our claim... unfortunately, it will be just done a little bit later than that. That's a shame. It would be nice to push in and not have to worry about those sieges. So we need to transport the other army, which is down here. At Lilybea. So a mission is done. So we can construct the flagship, but I'm tempted to wait, seeing as these things keep throwing us requests for money. So let's just wait a little bit longer. Plus, we also don't need the extra expenses of a fleet right now. We're up to 27 gold. Again, that's largely because this aggressive expansion is constantly falling, which is raising the wrong culture happiness, which is increasing the amount of output everyone's having. Maharabal Bodona, oh no, died of dysentery at the age of 70. He was a researcher. Had him since the beginning of the game, I think. No, maybe not, actually. We've been going for 46 years. See who we can get. Lucius Volminus. He was one actually I wanted to have in on research for a while. I think I'll get him just because he's so good. We are scorning the Blossy Eyes though, I think. Nope, because they're apparently bugged. But we're scorning that other family now. But that guy is just too good. 12 marshals, too good to ignore. The Bodinid family have spent their wealth on raising... Yeah, so he's done this again. So let's see. So it says he's raised troops, but he's also not in command of anything. So there seems to be... That seems to be bugged. That's nice. Loyal veterans, 6.46. Let me check. Yep. There's no armies that have been raised for him. So, I don't know. No navy that's raised for him either. So, I'm not sure about that. The coming of Carthage. So, this is the end of that embellishment. Never before has the streets of Carthage been as clean and its gardens so well kept. The stone forum and the temples now make it immediately apparent that this is not just a city but also the very center of a major power, an urban expression of splendor and wealth. Carthage is now a city of stone. So we'll gain city building slots, research points, and local civilization level until the end of game. It's pretty good. We want high citizens in there then, definitely. Build some libraries, I think. Renovations at an end. Renovations of the shrines of Thinisset are rapidly coming to a close. However, with the immediate expansion, repairs and embellishment of the city and its temple compound have now complete. The question of how it will be maintained in the future still remains. The priests themselves clearly expect a large donation of either land or money. We should have to consider this. Future funding for the temples will be decided through the following tasks you choose. Ah, so that's the rest of the thing in the missions down here. So the Great Donation, the Autonomous Enclave, or the Grand Religious Endowment. So let's have a look. We lose 800, and they get Sacred Temple Complex. Now they get Sacred Temple Complex until end of game here and here. So either this one or this one are the same. This one costs 800 gold. And this one costs 4 religious endowments. So that would be about 3 to 400 influence. That is quite a lot. And that would take a very long time. I might just save the money. Or we could go Autonomous Enclave. Thinisset will become an independent country. The new country will be a feudatory of Carthage with a unique heritage. 5 citizens will appear there. And we could just integrate them. It would just be a city-state, would it? I kind of actually don't really mind that. But, like, is it worth paying 800 just so this territory could have state religion happiness and base tax? Like, is that really worth it? I mean, you'd have to really pump a lot into that city. It's an interesting one, alright. I'd be tempted to just let them be autonomous and then eventually just integrate them later if we do want to. They have a unique heritage. Be kind of interested to see what that is. 5 citizens will appear there for them, I guess. I don't know. It's just 800 seems like a lot. You know, we could do a lot with 800. We could do neither. We could actually do none of them and just finish the mission, which seems kind of wrong. I might actually end up doing that because I don't want to pay the money, I don't want to get the investments, and I don't really care about the result. I feel like we've renovated the shrines and we should leave them at it. Leave them there. Maybe people would be unhappy with that decision, but that seems the best one for me. Territory loyalty is increased as well. Let me just think on it for a little while. Wait for that money to build up a bit and then I'll think, is it worth it? By the way, we actually the other thing is I can't even really build much more money up. We gotta go on the boats and wage this war now. Luckily we won't need the navy for it though. Yeah, I don't know. Seems like an extremely long-term investment, like extreme. Before we actually really see anything out of that. Whereas I feel like we can just manipulate it ourselves to get that investment later if we wanted to. By building up the city there. Let's see if Umbria have got any friends yet. They have Ilvatia as a friend now. So that does complicate things just slightly because we have a fort here that borders Ilvatia. But let's just go for it anyway. If I only want to piece these guys out really. Like I want it to be a quick one. So if they want to come through and attack us then fine. But if not, then we'll see. How's the claim going? 64%. Monthly, yeah, we should start getting technologies and not worry about that stuff. Wrong culture happiness, 2%. Right, let's build a fleet thing. because we're gonna have to do that. I'm not. I think I'm actually not gonna do any of the. I'll do the Autonomous Enclave. I think I'll do that. Against my better judgment, but we're constructing the flagship right now, which is we should make use of our expanded port and shipyards to construct a series of flagships, giant vessels that will be the pride of our navy, and that would allow us to protect our power overseas more efficiently. So we built 3 cities here, here, and here, and they're all port cities of this province by Satis. So they're going to construct the navy now for 300 gold. Still can't colonize these. I have to work on that as well, actually. Move some slaves over. Okay, let's start paying the army then. And paying the forts. Probably don't need to pay the forts immediately, but I don't know. I don't like to game it too hard, but... okay. We lost iron, eh? Interesting. Let's see if we're sending iron anywhere. We are. Pisa to this thing. Sardinia to... Okay, yeah, so let's stop that. And let's import it here. There we go. That'll give us the heavy infantry discipline that we need. I've noticed that does seem to be bugged. Like, I know I'm getting the benefit, but it doesn't show it. This happened before in between episodes as well. I was really stumped with it for a while. Export bonuses, heavy infantry discipline. That means we're shipping it out. Capital surplus isn't correct right now. I don't know why it's doing that. Are we not producing it anywhere here? It seems to be. Let me check. So if we go to trade goods and we find iron, let's just click iron somewhere up here. I guess so. I guess we have to import 2 lots of iron. Okay. Well, then I was wrong. Now we had iron here and here. I thought we were going to build that up with a lot of slaves or something eventually. I think that was the original plan. Yeah, a slave mill here. Slave output, slave happiness, and desired ratios increase. So there should be more slaves growing here, which there is, which is good. Okay. Alright then, it's fine, whatever. Ushmatart Hanid died at the age of 69 from overwork. Call to arms from Thuria. Oh shit, you know what? I didn't even think of this. We've had allies down here that are going to be at war with people. They're at war with Kosira, Epirus, Aetolia, Acarnania, and Patrai. That's a huge war to be pulled into. It's like all these guys out here. Now, it might just end over time. But okay, we'll do that. So the guy that died was the Tribune of the Treasury. Let's just get Lars Blossii in. Balbadona sucks, man. We're only getting 1 extra discipline. We're on 88%. Alright, as long as our fleet is docked and our armies are up there and we have our forts being paid for, I'm not too worried about anything that will come across. But we are technically at war now with the west, or with the east, with Greece. But I'm not too worried about it. We'll just try to ignore it. I'm not looking to grab any territory over there. We're looking to just build our economy for a while. If we can. Jeez. Something I wanted to do was... Actually, I'm going to save my money for, like I said, technologies at this point. Just even get a few. Ah, nice. I'm glad that that guy died. Ashmalniatian Barca, one of the first people that used to piss me off. One of the first populists. He died in a freak accident. He's the head of the Barkids. Flagship completed. Alright, so we didn't get any messages during it. It was a great pride, and the shipbuilders of Adramat have let us know that our new flagships are ready to be taken into use. These new titans of the sea will be undoubtedly very useful to our navy, but they are taken into service. They will serve our very purpose in internal politics. But before they are, the birthing ceremony cannot be held by anyone but our ruler himself. But the maiden voyage will require a commander, a great honor, and a boon that many families would value highly. Well, the Hanids don't matter anymore. So that's obviously bullshit. Oh, but the Blossii are here. Oh no, the Hanids do. Sorry, the Gizgoids. My bad. I'm so quick to judgment. I'm so negative. So which family do you want to bolster? I want to bolster the Blossii. Obviously. My favorite family. Ahiram Blasiai becomes the commander of the First Navy. I don't know who he is. This guy. He's only got 5 martial. That's fine. Ideally, he won't be doing anything. So we got 5 octaires. We're just going to station them in that place. Is he loyal? He's loyal, so just don't want him sending his fleet out. Eli, Blanda, Necronym, Ulkia, and Grumentum. 5 ships. Going straight across that storm, because that's the smart thing to do. Alright, cool. We've got our claim. We've paid for our troops. Let's go. We can call Thuria and Mesapia in to help us. Even though we don't really need to. Might bolster some relations. Okay, cool. So now we're at war with Ilvatia and Umbria. Now, maybe we'll go for Ilvatia. We'll see. But, well, actually, what do they got? 16 cohorts. No manpower. A lack of 2,000 men. Interesting. So now the sieges begin, right? This guy isn't... Oh, he's just a regional commander. Yeah, so let's take this off the region and let's put someone new on the army. Holy shit, he's 16 years old. Boods Badona. I love it, man. Kindly and disciplined. Punic and Canaanite. Military faction. I almost worry about that. Quite the man. 11 command. What else has he got? Nothing else really going for him. Let's get him in there, though. He'll lead this operation. Let's name him Boods. Boods is 3rd. And where are we stationed here? Picenum, maybe? Alright, in you go. Straight to the capital, please. They don't seem to own anything else around here, so we'll just advance this way and take everything we can. What are we transporting? Grain? They're all looking for grain. These guys are looking for livestock. Call our allies in. So we can also call in Brutia. Again, just doing it just to make the relations maybe a little bit better. I don't know. And Tarentum, of course. Okay, let's get the war music going. So they have 5 ships out there. No heavy ships, so nothing worth fighting, really. No armies down this way that I can see. Do they have any armies at all? Apparently they have 13. There's 5 there. Can't reach them just yet, but what we could do is bring our navy up and hop across. That way we can actually take out that army. Alright, nice. We'll just keep building our money for now. Consul Camillus offers friendship. Consul of what? Brutia. Yes. Alright, great. Let's get on the boats. Slam down here. Epirus have landed down at Millet. Let's keep doing citizen output. I think that was a great one. Discipline would be great while we're at war, but I mean, like I said, this should be an easy enough war. At least with the north. The south maybe not so much, but we'll see how it goes. Now commerce income is what? 28? Yeah, it's not worth modifying. Citizen output I think is good. Let's do that again. It's good for our tech, you know. Okay, so Incendiary Slaves speaks in Selinus. Now we had this just recently. A hot-headed slave with a talent for oration by the name of Himmelko has been stirring up his fellow bondsmen in the city of Selinus. The local authorities have so far managed to keep the situation under control, but the brazen fool continues to hold forth on the corruption and unfairness of the political system, with Balmakal Ugarid receiving honorable mentions. The slave population of the entire province of Sicania has now heard of his exploits, and the city elites and slave owners are demanding immediate action to ensure the status quo is not disturbed further, and any slave rebellion is crushed before it can be allowed to ferment. So this is Himmelko, minor character, 7 martial, 11 orator. He's quite the speaker. Round up the troublemaker and his supporters and crucify them, which is actually quite a popular thing to do. So popularity must be popularity within government. I always thought it was popularity with the people. But it seems to be with the government. Maybe it is also with the people. Like citizens and stuff. I don't know. Divide the group and deal with the leader. So what will happen to Himmelko? How do we deal with him? Does he just get killed? This Himmelko could be useful. We'll lose popularity, we'll lose loyalty of our governor Hostus, but unrest will go down, and we'll get Himmelko Gizgo as a character for us. Sure. I mean, he'd be good on research. Even though he's a minor character, but maybe. Losing a little loyalty and influence isn't too bad. Alright, let's get off the boats. It's kind of dangerous to do this. Actually, we'll stay on the boats just for a second. Get this other army on the boats, so we'll move both of them off, and that way we shouldn't have any worries about taking them out. Right, so 33,000 coming off the boats now to smash this 5k. And my allies are up here doing work. Look at that. Beautiful. We are under siege over here, though, and how's the Epirus siege going? Not well. Yeah, so we lost Millet. I don't know how they took it so fast. I mean, we're paying the forts. It was very, very quick for them to take that. Okay, cool. So we won that battle. That was the other notification. Oh, no, we didn't. They moved quicker than I could engage. Interesting, now I can just move past the fort. At least now we don't have to worry about terrain. Siege is won. Okay, cool. So that's the south of Umbria done, and that's basically what my war goal was. Now we'll try to get the north of Etruria, Tuscia, and then we'll clean up shop. So they have 2 forts here. So we can get to both of them at the same time. Then, I don't know what to do with this army then, these 33,000. I guess we could move them to Ilvatia and try to take that stuff while we're here. And protect our siege. Yeah, it seems like the right thing to do. Alright, let's move our ships in there. Let's pay for the fleet, just temporarily. Because I'm worried about they had a fleet roaming around for a bit. Alright, get on the boat, and you can get on the boat, and then we'll send the boats up here. Straight into our own port to defend. 33,000. So I've no doubt in my mind that that's all going to be fine. Let's check the south. South seems okay. We've just lost that one little island. What's Epirus' navy like? 10 ships? Okay. That might be worth trying to take them out. They might have some heavy ships, we don't know. In fact, that might be the best thing about this Greek war, is that we might be able to just grab some ships out of it. We're victorious. Okay, we wiped the 5k stack that we saw earlier, and we're fighting here now with our new commander, Boods Badona. 16. Can you imagine being 16 and leading 33,000 men to fight a battle? Fucking hell. When I was 16, well, I guess I was doing that in video games. I was playing Total War. I was leading make-believe armies, thinking that I probably could in real life. Ah, so we can only siege one fort at a time. Can't make it to the other one. Alright, we wiped them. So they don't have anything anymore. So it's really not a cause for concern. If we jump out here, we should get that fleet as well. Okay, good. Excellent. So that's done. Like I said, quick wars, quick gains, hopefully. Not a big setback economically. We're not losing really any manpower. Not much anyway. And money is getting a little tighter because of it, but it won't be too bad when we just stop paying the armies soon. And we'll probably only pay the navy then to deal with the Greek wars. So this area this is done, right? Yeah. We'll just keep this guy here just in case for a while. Is he losing food, actually? He is, kind of. And the other one is sieging here. That's the final one. Yeah, and then we're done. Okay, great. And then we'll just send the armies back down, take the island, and then stop paying the armies. In fact, I don't even think I need to pay the armies to take the island. If there's nothing there anymore, we'll have to see. So yeah, I guess it is worth taking this territory, just seeing as it is part of this province, so it would be nice to keep cohesion there. Alright, in terms of money, what else could we be doing? I'd like to build up this province as much as possible, build something in every area we can. And I wanted to build a lot more libraries here to increase the amount of citizens, seeing as it has all these like commerce benefits and research benefits. Seems to make sense, so I'll just commission building 2 for now. And then have a look around. So what do we got here? We have horses, so that would be good for a slave estate. We have olives, maybe good for a barracks. Oh, you can no farm can be built here. So just something like a barracks to increase manpower and free men. This is a slave mine. Wood again could just be like a barracks or a slave estate. So we've commissioned a few buildings there. So we're just gonna go province by province, building them out. And typically, I don't know what the most efficient way of doing things is, but the way I like to do it is, if it can have food and a farm on it, put a farm on it. If it is something that's definitely worth exporting for its bonuses, like marble and things like that, have a slave estate on it, and a mine. Sorry, a mine goes on the stone ones. Slave estates then for things that you really want to make sure you're exporting, and then basically just barracks for everything else. I don't know if that's right or wrong, but that's the way I do it. And then in cities, I largely just focus on libraries and conversion buildings, just to get more citizens and things like that. But I'm going to experiment in this playthrough with building actually slave cities, like we did down here, and putting like a lot of people on, like building a lot of mills. I've never really done that within cities, because tax, you make a lot of money from tax, so it could be worth investing into that. I don't know. So this guy died from overwork. Another Balbadona. We had one of those before. Let's see, is anyone scorned? Let's check the families real quick. The Hanids are currently scorned. And this guy's going to be providing our... Oh, it was Balbadona. I didn't recognize him because he had his hair in the photo. So that's our previous Safet and co-Safet, and then eventually he went rogue and went... took his, was it a fleet? I think, yeah, he took our fleet away during one of our wars early on. So he was a bit of a pain. I always thought he was a good leader though, but just a bit of a pain in terms of he always did his own thing. But yeah, rest in peace. That was one of our very early leaders. He's gone now, 80 years old. So yeah, he's been here for a while. So yeah, rest in peace. All right, let's see. So Malchus Barca is probably one of the last of the old guard that I recognize that's going to pass on now. Another Blossii. It'd be good to get someone like... Yeah, maybe we can afford a minor character in here, because the discipline bonus isn't negligible. I like the idea of building up some of the statesmanship, though, with... Yeah, I'll just build up some statesmanship, whatever, it's fine. Fertility in question. Lately, our ruler's fertility has come into question at court, as he has no children to speak of as of yet. It is said Tanit can bless one with fertility if it's truly deserving of her favor. Setting aside some sacrifices for the goddess might be enough to convince her to give Bomikal Igarid the boost he needs to assuage the rumors. Oh, he doesn't have a wife either. Holy fuck, the amount of money he's got. 3,600? Jesus Christ. Something I'm going to go on a little rant about, if you don't mind. Well, first of all, let's do this. So this is a tempting offer. Zeal and fertility is increased. Zeal being increased is enough to want to do that. Yeah. Also, he's unwell right now. What's he got? Arthritis. That's his own money. Absolutely seek treatment if you have 3,000. So something I said I was going to go on a little mini rant about. It's just that they showed in a recent developer diary that they're going to be reworking loyalty so that it's not this push and pull either north and south of loyalty. You know, it's not like this gradual change either way. Instead, it's going to be more static. Something along the lines of like prominence, for instance. Prominence doesn't move up or down over time. It's based on when you have jobs and things, I think. Things like that, anyway. I can't think of another example, but that's what it's going to be. It's instead of like 0.14 towards this, it'll instead be like, oh, you were the ruler, plus 20, you know? And just always there for like a few years. I'm tempted to put him in as a dictator, man. That would actually not be bad at all. He's a great ruler for us. Extend his term till the wars are over. Morale of armies. A little bit of too much tyranny, though. I can't handle that. Although, can we? Might be able to handle it. Anyways, so long story short, this diary, you know, how I feel about it anyway is that it's not a good move. And the only thing I see wrong with loyalty as it stands right now, I actually think it's great in how it works in terms of this, moving up and down. But it's just that power base doesn't make any sense. So when I saw this number here, 3,400, you would think that this guy will be super powerful, but his wealth only contributes for 0.36. So I just think it needs to be rebalanced. Maybe I'll make a mod and just like mess around with those numbers, see how it plays. Because I think it would be so much more interesting if this was like 10 times more. So it's like, yeah, 10 times more, 36. I think that would be totally reasonable. 34, like, let's say, to come from this. I think that'd be totally reasonable because he's got 3,400. That's pretty rare. Not all characters can do that. And then holdings are only worth what? He's got one holding is worth 0.71. I don't know how that's determined. Maybe because of how much it makes, but I would just have each holding be worth like 5. And then I think it'd be really, power would be way more interesting. Now, another thing I would do is have power spread across families a little bit more. Maybe across all the ones that hold office. And then when people have a job, when they lose their job, if you take their job away, their power then starts to slowly go down. So he's the ruler right now. It gives him 5 power. I think when he stops being the ruler, it should go down to like 3 power. And then over time, it will like diminish that 3 out to nothing if he never gets another job. You know what I mean? I don't know. Sorry for the rant, but I just feel like I gotta tell somebody. But I'll probably do some sort of video on it at some point. I'd be interested if I see if I could mod that in. That one's a bit trickier, but the adjustments I think can totally be done. But I think they're at the moment focusing on completely the wrong thing by reworking loyalty. They need to rework power. And power wasn't even there at the beginning of the game. They should just introduce like a failed feature, in my opinion. All right. Anyways, back to the game. Oh, interesting. What do we have here? Corsaira with their 5 ships. All right, let's get moving our ships. We've got... What do they got? It's tempted to bring our 5 out, but I'm not going to do that. We'll just send our 5 down. Or our 48, I should say. See if we can take them out. They're probably just going to flee, though, before we can get to them. Looks like they're about to be initiated into a battle. We might catch up to them. The grace of the gods, our pious Sophet. Let's change that music. Our pious Sophet, Balmakal, is a proud spokesman for the pontiffs of Carthage and the glorious gods they serve. A large proportion of his vote came from those who argue that the temples of Carthage have long been in need of renovations. Balmakal went even further, however, and proposed the construction of a modest temple to a fashionable and growing cult of Resef, particularly popular with the lower classes. In spite of this, Kosophat Igoris Igorid has been unrelenting in his appraisal of the motion, holding forth at length on the fine quality of our temples and arguing against needless and expensive pandering to the whims of fashion, when far more deserving deities lack the same attention. As things stand, there's no clear majority for the project. That's interesting. You want to build a temple for a different god. We serve the gods, right? Which means we'll upset our Kosophat here. And he's 72. So he'll get over it. We'll gain 5 popularity and lose 10 loyalty. Okay. Or we can say we'll attempt to placate Kosophat and gain 5 loyalty with him and 10 political influence. Or we can say anyone can be persuaded for the right price. Balmakal will lose 800 of his wealth. And he's very rich, so I don't really mind that. But he'll gain 5 corruption, and so will the Kosophat. And then what? Let's just do that because it's interesting. So we'll do that. We'll pay that bribe off. So he's got 3 grand. Let's throw in... by the way, why is he sponsoring games? He should be seeking treatment. Okay, I don't know why that changed. Maybe I did something wrong. Anyway, yeah, let's do that. Maybe this will pop up. There we go. Progress in the Senate. The religious bill proposed, Sophet Balmakal, comes to a vote in a few days, and without the support of Kosophat, some other means of securing ballots will need to be arrived at. The power of the religious faction is often understated. There are many God-fearing senators who will not pass up an opportunity to glorify the deities and have their names carved into marble. By invoking our influence with the augurs, we can ensure the correct result at the poll, though it may be setting a dangerous precedent. The pious hold far more power than some think. Or, just grant the funds. We'll lose 81. Oh man, I want to grant the funds. Although we'll get 5 popularity. Lose 10 loyalty of our Kosafet. So he's what? He's still not backing us? We bribed him. And we'll gain 6 tyranny. That seems like an awful... And this will affect our stability? Yeah, not doing that. Just grant the funds. We'll deal with the negative in money. We'll just deal with it. The Igorid Shrine. The vote on the most pious bill of the Safet Balmakal was passed easily and with much rejoicing after several positive auguries. A victory no doubt assured by Father Baal Hamun and all the gods, who must surely smile the great honors they will receive. Don't know what that means. Several of the most important temples in the capital will be renovated, and a new festival is planned to coincide with the unveiling of the shrine to Resef. The opening occasion is slated to be amongst the most well-attended public events in Carthage for quite some time, and the people are uncharacteristically enthused with religious fervor. 10 popularity, 5 support for religious faction, lose 5 support for the populists. Fuck you, Egoris. Carthage gains extensive religious renovations for 15 years, state religion happiness, and omen power. Worth it. Please don't give me something really bad though from the money. Friend in need. Balmakar Ugarid, in his last desperate act to save Carthage from bankruptcy, has appealed to certain members of the government for financial aid. These requests were backed up by a cohort of particularly burly soldiers. So we gained 418 gold, but we got strong-armed for just a year, basically, and we lose 5 stability. That's okay. I'm okay with that. Those trade-offs are all worth it. Gonna stability here. I want to keep that up at 60. It's a nice to have it up high. Okay, so the Umbrian Navy has kind of come out. Our Navy's down here, and we haven't been able to find them. They backed off this way somewhere, so I'm gonna go up and see if we can catch this one. We need to pick up our characters here anyway, or not our characters, our army. There's mercenary armies up here. We still have food in the armies, which is good. Might just head back to our own territory to get our food back up temporarily. So yeah, let's start the siege of... Okay, this siege is won. Excellent. Holy crap. Messapia have armies everywhere. They're all like 1,000. They're walking through Rome territory. Let's see. It's nice now that we have a port on the west. We'll just stay where we are then. There's no need to move just yet. So let's see what we can get. Whole triumph cost, monthly loyalty, rights of man, wrong culture happiness to Peregrini. By granting specific status to outsiders, we can recognize them legally and domestically as members of our state. It's quite a lot of money to do that, but I think it's worth it. Right, so his food is going back up now. And this fort is nearly done. Then there's one more fort to go, and then we can peace out the north completely and just use our fleets to deal with whatever's in the south. So where are they going? 7,000. So they've locked in, and they're going to arrive on the 2nd of July. We'll arrive on the 3rd. Damn, so they'll get the terrain. So we don't need to do that then. That's a shame. It's really close. 1 day in it. I had to do it before they locked. So that was the reason. There's a breach up here as well. It's tempting. Alright, let's go pick up our other troops and bring them up here to help. Because if we could just smash the armies, take minimal casualties, it's better. Age finds us all in the end. After getting gout. Seek treatment. Please. Oh, it was me that did it. I held games, didn't I, before the treatment was up? Yes, it was my fault. Alright. I take it all back, I'm sorry. Take it all back. The game's amazing. Eshralid, Mauritanian, died at the age of 76. It's so hard to recognize them when they get their hair back when they die. It's such a weird little bug that happens. Because it's not like they de-age, they just get their hair back. So who do we lose? What was he doing? I don't even know. Oh, was he just leading this? I don't think so. That's the war exhaustion. It's fine. Just always a bit weary of that now. Another death. Damn. Ahom Gizgo, 72. He was our Kahen. It's nice to see that we have another Blossius here, not in the family though for some reason, whatever. Oh, but he's a Blossius, not a Blossius. I don't even know anymore. We've got no scored families, right? It's be interesting to see what happens if we give this guy the job. He's the man for the job. I would say actually this guy's the man for the job, so let's give it to him. Urumilki. Urumilki. Okay. Battle's taking place over there. Let's hop on the boats. See if we can go help them. Whose terrain is correct? So we've got the negative terrain? Okay. Might not be worth helping them then. Oops. Sorry, I misclicked there, but we didn't get to really see that. Alright, well, we won the battle anyway. Killed 3,000 of their troops, and we lost 2,000. Siege is won. Jump on the other siege then. Actually, jump on the other siege with this army because they're full up. And we'll try to stack wipe them with this army. Okay, we stack wiped one of them. And we stack wiped the other. Okay, there we go. We killed them all again. Great. So now a fresh siege is occurring, and we can get out of here with our fleets, head back down, capture our islands back while this is finishing off. Yeah, seems good to me. In fact, stack wiping them I think did give us food. Like I said, I think that is a thing. It would make sense if you took all their whatever food they had, or even a portion. Alright, so let's go. Did we lose this island? We did lose Corsaira, so let's take that one back. Not that it really matters, but it'd be nice to have it. Don't like Corsair having anything against me. And Epirus are down here now. Oh shit, I didn't even realize. Okay, well, that's a priority then. And there's a navy here. Fuck, okay, well, let's go through them first. We should win that. Really need to put the heavy ships into our main fleet. A warm period. Our people, farmers and nobles alike, claim the weather has gotten warmer and its growth has improved these last few years. At first, this seemed like a random happenstance, but the more we consider the fact, we must certainly have been blessed by one of the gods or goddesses. Blessed or not, people are happy. Okay. Great. 10 years of national unrest, -2. Excellent. Treatment successful. Arthritis has been removed. How much longer is he in power? Not much. Yeah, okay, right. We need to figure this out now. Our tyranny is a bit lower. Ah, so we've got, this is what I like to see. So there's only one guy currently running that's like a populist. It seems like definitely we'll get the Iberian in, or even Philisir Barca. Okay, so let's go with endorsing these guys one more time. The regular February endorsements like we did last time. I think we did them in April last time. The early spring endorsements. And we could do one more. Another stability hit. I can afford it. For the religious faction. And that's it. It always takes it away, I think, from the populists when you do the endorsements. So we'll watch that change and shift around now in a moment. Alright, let's keep sending our navy this way. This is where we're going to go. We're going to try to drop the troops off here. If we engage in a naval battle, then so be it. Alright, almost there. Oh yeah, you're scared now, aren't you? Navy appears right outside and they're like, shit. Force march. Get off the boats as quick as possible. Good thing about this is they've nowhere to go. So we should just kill them. Okay, so 5,000 of them still live. Looks like they're splitting up, so let's follow them. I went the wrong way. This doesn't matter. The Ygritte reforms. Man, this guy, what a guy, right? Bomilcar Ygritte. Shame he's never in power before. The plight of the downtrodden has been long debated in regards to the Carthaginian military. Our policy of exclusion outside times of great need has resulted in other nations forging ahead of us in military matters. We've received word that the great reforms have taken place in Megara, driven by bipartisan force of the elite and common folk alike, resulting in sweeping changes to the very nature of the Megaran military. Actually, they're both Ygrittes. I didn't realize that. Anyway. Ygritte, possessed of a keen military mind, argues that we might benefit from adopting a similar approach, although the cost of such a matter is worth considering. So it's him that is actually pushing this one forward, and I don't like him very much. He'll lose loyalty. If we say the cost is too great, we'll get citizen output 25% for 10 years. If we adopt his reforms, we'll get manpower recovery speed and discipline. Is that a law? It says military... Yeah, it's a law. So it's just, we could just change the law. This is a good amount of manpower, actually, thinking about it, and discipline is kind of nice. Right now, we have the morale and manpower. That manpower is way stronger than the discipline, but I guess you're trading discipline for morale. He'll gain loyalty, but we'll also get unrest and stuff, so I'm just going to say no. We could change that law if we ever want to ourselves. Alright, so we wiped out that Epirus army, so they're gone. Other than that, I don't know how things are going. The only thing I can think of doing is like client stating some of these guys. You know, I don't want to take anything, but we could client state them. That might work. If we have to just keep the war going, if we can't get a peace going. Oh, there's peace. Okay, they got peace. Well, they're good for them. Right, well, in that regard, let's see if we can find any pirates, because I feel like I want to bolster this fleet a bit. Gonna combine it with this fleet here, and then see what we can do. And we'll split and create a new fleet in future. So right now, before we end the episode, we're just waiting on this to be finished. I haven't forgotten the missions, by the way. I think we'll do the Autonomous Enclave. So we'll just create a new feudatory, because I just don't have the money to be doing either of those. So let's do that. So the Shrines of Thinisut. At long last, the renovations of Thinisut are complete. In a grand ceremony involving both the local priesthood and augur, the city has been bestowed the right to rule its own matters and take up tax locally in eternity. The administration will be left in care of one of the most pious aristocratic families of Carthage. This day will undoubtedly live in memory. Oh my god, so do we have to put a family out there? This day will undoubtedly live in the memory of the people of Africa for generations to come. So long live the Urmilki Blossii. Urmilki Blossii and his descendants will ruin Thinisut. The Blossii family will be greatly honored. Oh, so you send off the augur and he'll rule. Okay. Or we now honor Posthumus Quintilius, someone that came from the local power of Ilvatia that we've captured, I guess. Or we could say this is now the domain of Germelkart Bodona. So the Bodona family will be really happy. Huh. Either way, the effects are going to be the same. It's just which family gets the prestige. And which one do you... I don't want to lose this guy. He's good. He's 10 zeal. This guy, not so much. So, he's only 18, though. Let's just put the guy in that we obviously don't care about. Posthumus Quintilius. We've stolen him from Ilvatia. He's a clan chief. We're going to honor him and throw him in charge of his own nation. Doesn't make any sense. But he is righteous. And he's zealous. So, maybe just because of that, I guess, he's willing to cut a deal with us. We've also got barbarians down here. So, let's do that. Alright, well, good for him as well. Let's get to Messena. Let's move the fleet here. That guy back here. We're still waiting to finish this off. So, by the way, that's done now. So now we can finish the mission chain. We've done everything. Completed. So the next ones are going to be the Iberian struggle, the Aegis of Africa, or naval supremacy. Ooh, tempting. I bet there's some heavy ships in there for that one. The Aegis of Africa. I love how it's just one picture, yeah, up here, and they just like crop it differently for each mission. It's like, oh, naval supremacy, quickly zoom in here. The Aegis of Africa, zoom out a bit. The Iberian struggle, yeah, just zoom in over here. Why not? That's basically Iberia, isn't it? A horse. Fuck's sake. God bless them. God bless their little hearts over at Paradox. Alright. We're just waiting on this fort to be done, and then we'll wrap things up. It's been another good episode, I think. We managed to set it. We did what we managed to set out to do. So we do have pirates. They're all the way out here. Bastards. I want to just grab some troops and bring them over to Carthage, because there's problems over there right now. They're still force marching. That's okay, though. The problems being there's just a barbarian army. I just don't want them to come in and sack any places. Alright, how's the siege going? More pirates. Damn, pirates over here as well now. Really need to clean up these waters. Oh, we're really close to them. I just want to drop off the troops first. An unpopular consul. Oh my god, I didn't even check what just happened. Oh, but luckily we got the civic faction. It does tell you there's an election soon and everything. I just missed it. Oh, I was really hoping that it would have been this guy, not him, but another religious person. There was another religious person up for running as well. It's not too bad. It's exactly what I wanted to have happen, just the co-ruler, not quite. So, Yadamil Eshbele the Iberian, he's after taking office. Reasonable stats in here now, 6, 7, 10. Bad zeal, though, I guess, this time around. So the stability change isn't going to be as high as it was before. But yeah, we do get the national tax 20%, which is really nice. So he's unpopular, though. He only has 43% popularity. I think it's the combined popularity that it judges. So we've read this before. So basically, the division will be healed. The people simply love circuses. We could buy that. Or execute some of them, they'll come around. We'll have to do this one. Primary culture happiness, -10 for 2 years. Because I just can't afford the other two. Alright, those ships managed to get away for now. We'll leave the army here. The fleets are going to merge up. So Ahiram Blossii, I don't really want him. I want this guy to keep leading. Actually, that's better. Yeah, he's slightly better. Okay, so that's a level 10. It's a level 10 fleet. Let's just sail down this way, see if we can catch any pirates on the way. It's 34 up there. Those are the ones we got to go for. Alright, now we don't need to pay the... Oh, we do need to pay the armies. We're still waiting on the siege. God, it's so close. Come on now. We still have a lot of food, so it's not a problem. This guy's freaking out. We've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 disloyal provinces are getting better. 1 is not, which is good. And we're up to 88,000 manpower now. How's Rome doing, I wonder? 150,000. They've had that for a while, though. I think they've tapped out. Growing friendship between Drusus Belisii. I've never seen a character with a mustache. Like, it's more just a mustache. He does have a little goatee, though, I guess. Or just, yeah, it's kind of a goatee. Anyway, the Iberian appears to be developing a strong camaraderie with Drusus. Splendid, I'm happy with that. The head of the Belisii family. And he's a civic guy. I'm happy with that as well. Actually, no. It would make a lot more sense if he wasn't civic, because then you'd actually get way more votes than you otherwise would. So I'm going to break them up. Oh, look at this guy. Boods Badonna. There he is. Already party leader, and he's only 19 after his successful campaigns. I think we know who our guy is going to be for a while. I mean, I'll be honest, I'm not like overly impressed with him just because of his other stats are quite low. But I do want to encourage this guy to do well. He's got his wife. He's in the Badonna family, a well-respected family. He's 11 marshal. 19 years old, leading the military party now, getting himself a holding. Yeah, so we'll make sure this guy is, this guy does well. He's actually not leading the siege anymore. I think he's down here, right? Nope, he is over here. Boods Badona, the Picenum. Hang on, we could catch that fleet. I'm on pirate hunting right now. Despite them having, like, ridiculously high martial, though. There's not much we could do about that. Oh, man, Boods on the fleet will be pretty damn good. Alright, let's just stand here and we'll take the hits. Oh, shit, they've been engaged down here. Let's go. Let's try to help them out. Actually, let's just wait until... Whoa, what the hell? Oh, okay. Let's just wait until that fight is over. Which we can't view right now. How are we not fighting the others? They're surrendering. Okay. March of Time. He's after gaining diphtheria because he's quite old. Right, anyway, I digress. We have finished our war. Let's go Ilvatian Liguria, Umbria and Umbria and take it all on. That's 12 aggressive expansion. We just largely gotten rid of it, but now we're taking on 12 again. I'm going to try and just lower the aggressive expansion. I feel like we've got enough characters, a good balance, so we don't need to do anything with characters. Just lower that aggressive expansion by 1. Alright, let's keep going after these guys. They're actually heading back towards this area. They're going to arrive on the 10th of March. We're going to arrive on the 13th, so let's just stay here and we'll fight them. There we go. We took 7, 8, 9. Took 9 ships. And they lost all of their ships. We're up to 62 now. Excellent. Alright, that music's a bit intense. I need some better battle music, I feel. The campaign music I've got in the background is great, though. Alright, so let's have a look at the lovely territory we've gotten. Look at that! Oh, it's looking good! We almost are bigger than Rome in Italy now. I think we probably are if you take this bit, and then this bit, and this bit. All of that seems to be bigger than this stretch here and this stretch here. But Rome do have territories out here and here, and they definitely have more densely populated territories. But that's looking thick. I'm loving the look of that. So it's a very successful little episode today. Again, I think. Bolster that manpower. Economy's kind of shot again, but we'll just stop paying for the armies and the forts now. Up to plus 15. It's just the fleet that's costing us money, but I want to keep these guys out and actually hunting fleets. It's just a nice way to grow our fleet. I'd like to grow it just a little bit more. Because Rome have 47. The Greeks, 33. Heraya, I've never heard of them. Yeah, we're actually probably still one of the biggest fleets in general. Where are we? 62. So it's just Phrygia, Egypt, Seleucids. Yeah. Okay, well, maybe we don't need to grow much more than that then. So maybe we could stop paying the fleet. Tuck them into port for now. Go to Beirut. And yeah, we'll just do another episode where we focus a little bit more internally, work on politics, and see if we can bolster this guy up a bit. I would like to actually maybe put him on the fleets, because he'll be active, gaining popularity by taking out pirates and stuff. Clear the waters of pirates. That might be a pretty cool, fun objective to do for the next episode. And then we'll think of what we should do. Maybe we will do naval supremacy then. Or we could start thinking about Iberia. But I still think we need to invest more money into our economy, and we can't do both at the same time. You can see that even just the 3 armies and the current forts is basically taps out my money completely. Now I could probably get rid of some forts. I know that I'm very like protective. I love my forts. You know, I think they help a lot, but they do cost a lot, I suppose. And that's just the trade-off. But we'll get rid of a few here that are on the internal bits of our territories now that Rome has kind of fallen in a bit more. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Alright, so I'll have to decide. I don't know. I think I'll wait one more time before we go into Iberia. So that means we might open up the chain for naval supremacy. What's the Aegis of Africa? The mission will be considered complete when Western North Africa is subjugated or conquered. That's an interesting one because we did improve the relations with these guys a while back. And if we got them as allies, you know, it's not outside the realm of possibility that we could just eventually integrate them. And I'd like to integrate these guys, eventually like get some of them as clients. That's what we need to try and do, achieve some clients. Because you get a client, you still have to wait 10 years before you can actually integrate. So it's still a long ways off. Let's Maybe I'm being a bit unrealistic right now about it, because the opinion's just been so hampered by the aggressive expansion. Actually, it's not too bad because they're allies, thinking about it. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we're just still not big enough yet. Because potential strength, current strength and potential strength, opinion and diplomatic reputation. But the base is negative 130. Seems really difficult to get it that far up. Because we can only get 50 more opinion, but we're lacking 88. So it's like, what can we do? Not much. I don't know. I'll have to think about that. Maybe we'll just have to cast them out. It's such a shame because I really wanted to play a little bit more like diplomatically, but I can't think of another way around it. If they just won't give in, if they just won't give in and just let us take them over, which I understand why. But it means that we just have to eventually like fight them all. It's just annoying. It would be nice to get these out. Anyway, I'll have a look through the missions and see what they kind of look like and see which ones we should take on. Alright, so that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know your feedback in the comments below about how things are going. I think we're a little bit more on track now. We're speeding up a bit with some of our gains, and our economy is getting a little bit better. And I'm enjoying doing the missions as well at the moment, so that's good. Alright, that's it for now. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.